Hi there, Father Mike here. It's hard to believe, but next week is Thanksgiving week. And that time of the year brings not only a lot of joy and craziness because of the holiday season around the church circles, it also brings in the annual stewardship time. Of course, now, stewardship comes from the idea that we are all stewards of what God's given us, and therefore managers, the meaning of steward, of those resources. So we call it a stewardship drive, but in reality, it boils down to being a pledge drive. And so I want to talk to you real briefly about our upcoming pledge drive, and of course, encourage you to make a pledge. But I want to talk about it in three ways, or rather, I want to give three reasons for your pledge. One is practical, two is theological, and third is spiritual. Practically speaking, and you all know this, we need to know how much we're going to have for the coming year to put in our budget so that we can be good stewards of all that we have here at the church. But you also know that practically speaking, all that we do to be able to even have this building, to have the church building, to have our property, to maintain it, to air condition it, to light it, it requires money. It houses our day school. It houses our Parents Day Out program. It houses our Loaves and Fishes program. It houses the offices that provide the staff to carry out the work that's done throughout the week here at the church. It pays all of our salaries. It supports the clergy houses, and it helps those in need in our community. It provides the worship space for baptisms and funerals and weddings and confessions and allows prayer time for anyone who wants to use the church because it stays open during the day for prayer. Practically speaking, none of this could happen. We could not exist. We couldn't be a part of the diocese because we have to pay a diocesan asking to support the ministries of the diocese and the bishop's office and all of the clergy insurance if we didn't have the financial support. So it's just practical that we need it. Theologically speaking, it's summed up in the offertory every Sunday when we say, "All things come of thee, O Lord, and of thine own have we given thee." It's a theological understanding that all that we have comes from God, and we're blessed with those resources. And then we're called and asked to give a portion of that back to God for God's ministries here in the church. For truly all that we have does come from God. And then spiritually speaking, the third reason we ask for a pledge is because it's a spiritual discipline that allows one to grow spiritually, to deepen one's spiritual life. Our theme this year is Give, Connect, Transform. Too often we think that giving comes because one is connected to the church. And while that's true, we forget that by giving, it makes us connected to the church. It provides a way for us to be connected to the church. So we've opted this year to start with that word, give first. Then, through your giving, feel connected to the church and its ministries and all that it stands for in carrying out God's mission. And then transform, because it transforms so many lives. The recipients of all the ministries of the church, their lives are transformed through what they receive. But also transformation happens for the giver as well. In giving, one's spiritual life is deepened and strengthened when it's given to the glory of God and for the betterment of God's people. So there's a practical reason, theological reason, and spiritual reason that we ask for your pledge. Please fill out that pledge card today and support your community of all saints. God bless, and thanks.